Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Alexis and this is my amazing, wonderful, hot husband,
John. Or JJ.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. But today I figured we could film a like how we met story, kind of. Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher and the dog in the background. I don't know what to tell you. We never really shared our full story, like how we met and like everything like that. We've shared it here and there in some question and answer videos, but we never really shared the full detailed story. So we are going to give you it today. So cheers.
Well, interesting facts about us, I guess.
Let's set the scene for you guys. All right. So I'm 17. How old are you?
17 as well.
17, okay.
Yeah, was barely just turned 17.
Yeah. Okay, we need to sit up a little more. Okay, so 17, and I was in a relationship for 2 years, and I was a freshman and I was like a freshman and sophomore like in the relationship, and it was like the middle of sophomore year though. And I decided I wanted to get a job. My friend at the time, she worked at this restaurant and she was like, you should be a hostess and I can get you a job. So I was like, all right, cool. I decided to go there. I literally wore pajamas basically. Well, I wore like sweatpants and like a t-shirt, and I was like, I didn't know. And so I just got hired right on the spot. I didn't like have to really, I mean, I did apply like after, like I did all the paperwork and stuff, but the boss knew that she was a good employee and wouldn't like bring a friend in that wasn't like a good employee, which I didn't know if I was a good employee, but turns out I was. So anyway, so I start working there. It's like January, beginning of January.
So that's how you started working there.
Oh yeah, tell your part.
So I was also dating another person at the time. We actually went there for a birthday dinner because my birthday's in January. My dad was kind of good friends with the proprietor of the restaurant that we both got a job at. So he asked him on my birthday, like, hey, can you mind giving my son a job? And he was like, yeah, cool, you know. So I started off as a busboy, and yeah.
Okay, so the first time that I ever saw him was I was at the hostess stand, you know, new, whatever, and some girl comes in and she's like, I'm looking for JJ or John or something like that.
My girlfriend at the time.
And she wasn't your girlfriend.
Well, yeah, we will.
Okay, anyway, so this girl comes in and she's like asking for John or whatever. I'm like, I don't know who John is. I just started working here. Okay, so I go in the back of the restaurant, like in the back of it, and where all the dishes are and stuff, and I'm like, John, I'm looking for John. There's some girl up front, and one of the managers' name was John, and he was like, oh, it's not me. I was like, John, JJ, I think she must have said that. And I was like, okay, and then he like pointed to him, and he was like, go ahead, go up front.
I think I was like just walking in, putting my apron on and everything. I'm like, huh?
And I was like, okay, hi, there's some chick up front, I don't know. So whatever, go on with their life. They go outside and talk or whatever. A couple weeks would go by or whatever. A couple weeks went by, and like I would ask other busboys, like, could you bus this table for me or whatever, and some guys wouldn't. So then he said I will or whatever, and I was like, oh cool, okay. So then went up to the hostess stand. I was like, oh, this boy's kind of cute, he's nice, he'll bust the table for me, so I think
that's why I said yes too, because like I turned around, like I was putting the cups and the racks, and I was like with me and a couple other dudes, and you walked in like, oh, can one of y'all bust the table? And they're like, no, like being all mean to you, and I turned around and saw you. I was like, I'll do anything for you.
Yeah, right.
So she asked me, and I was like, oh, well, not asked me, just asked us, and then I was like, volunteers tribute.
So anyway, so then he busts the table, whatever. Then a couple more like days maybe go by, and then I'm sitting up at like the salad bar or whatever, like up at the front, and eating. I just had finished my shift. I got some mashed potatoes, was eating, and he came in like normal, dressed in normal clothes, and was eating there with his friends at one of the first booths right there.
And she was by herself, you know. I kind of felt bad. It was me and a couple of other buddies. We sat at a table behind them where we sat, and she looked at me and I looked at her. I was like, you want to sit with us? And I didn't expect for her to say yes, but she did. So I was like, oh wow. So we scooted over and she sat down with us and we started hanging out.
And then
I had a little crush on her after that.
And then, okay, so backstory back, remember I told you guys that I had a boyfriend at the time. So I did have a boyfriend at the time during all of this. But we were like on the rocks and it was like a mind game he would play, and like he wanted, I don't know, he was like, we were taking a break and then we were together and it was just, I don't know. So I was over it and it was a like stupid little childish relationship. So I was like ready to move on, and I was just waiting for an excuse basically, and here was my excuse. So anyway, then after that we started, I'd be like, oh, could you bust a table? And like he would, and then I started like pinching his butt and like flirting.
It was totally unexpected too. She would, I didn't think of anything after that. When she asked me another time to bust the table, I was like, oh yeah, I got you. And then I was wiping the table, you know, and I had no idea. She walked right past me, pinched my butt. She was like, thank you, cutie pie. As she walked away, and it was just like, big old smile on my face. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, it became a thing for almost like 2 years. So I don't know, we didn't know that it would turn into something. So it was like, he was cutie pie, I was sweetie pie, and it was a thing. And so he would pinch my butt, and it would be a whole thing when we were like cleaning tables or seating, whatever.
Well, we made a killer team. Like she was seating people, I was busting tables left and right. We were getting people sat like it was nothing.
How did you even ask me to be your girlfriend?
Well, so after that whole thing,
we ended up breaking up, the boyfriend and I.
Well, so because we ended up liking, we had a lot of common. We really
yeah, we did have a lot in common. We couldn't like, after work we talk and talk.
Yeah, so like she would close and I would close. So when we both got off, you know, we would stay and hang out, and like we would eat food and just hang out talking for hours and hours. And then one of her friends that I wasn't really talking to her before I started talking to her. We were just kind of like conversating, like talking about like hanging out, getting to know each other kind of thing. I guess she kind of liked me, but I didn't really, I don't know. But she saw us sitting down, I guess kind of having a date, talking.
Yeah.
And she immediately, I guess, texted your
told
boyfriend at the time.
Boyfriend at the time, which, like I said, him and I were very much like on the offs. Like I was like taking a break in like stupid childish games. So then yeah, he found out, and I was like, yeah, can't deny it, it's true. Not like, I think we need to break up, whatever. So we ended up breaking up, obviously. It was a whole ordeal. Literally to this day, I don't think I've ever spoke to him again since our like ending, which is so weird. But I mean, it's not weird, it's just odd, I guess, since we went to the same school for 3 years.
Yeah.
After. But anyway, so we broke up, and then you and I started
talking.
Yeah, talking or going on dates, and
we went on a lot of dates, a lot of movie dates, a lot of dinner dates.
We did that our whole relationship.
We went to the beach like every weekend.
Yeah, but when you asked me to be your girlfriend,
was at the beach.
Yeah, it's because I hate the ocean. Yeah,
she's not she doesn't hate the ocean. She's just not all that great at swimming, and she's definitely is scared of sharks. And I asked her to date me, and she's like, I don't know. And I was like, if you don't say yes, I'm gonna drag you out and feed you to the sharks. No, we were already
in the water.
Yeah, we were in the water. I was holding her. We're in like the shallow water. I was like, if you don't ask her to date me, or will you go out with me? And she was like, you know, playing this whole like hard to get game. And I was like, well, if you don't say yes, I'm gonna go out deeper and like feed you to the sharks.
What a way! That's
and she was like, oh my god, yes! You know, and I was like, ka-ching!
I was just playing the game, and he was playing too.
It was fun. Obviously, you know, there's no sharks just at hand to feed you, so.
Darn. Okay, so then we started dating, and we were together for almost 2 years. Okay, so we were dating for almost 2 years, and it was like middle of senior year, and we were literally with each other 24/7. Like, it was me. Like, I wanted him to come over right after school. Like, he had to come to my house, and like we had to hang out, and we were smothering each other, and it was just a lot.
Yeah, I think there was not one day that we were together for the 2 years that we have not seen each other.
Except for one time he got sick and his dad made him stay home. And I was like, what am I gonna do with my life?
Yeah.
But I'm a Libra.
You got mad at me about it. I was like, we all made it.
I'm a Libra, and I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't like to be alone. I like codependency. That's just who I am. I've always been like that. So I was like I was suffocating him and myself, and didn't even like realize it for myself. I was just so obsessed with him that I couldn't breathe, I guess, or like see anything else. So then, you know, we get into a fight, an argument happens, blah, blah, blah. We break up, and it's like, I had already planned to go to prom. It was like a week or two before prom. It was like maybe like 2 weeks before prom, or maybe 3. And so we were done, broke up, and then I was like, we have to go to prom together because like I just feel like we're meant to go to prom together. He's like, you should go with another guy, and I was like, no, like I want to go with you because I feel like I don't want to look back at my prom pictures and my boyfriend that I had all these years, or these 2 whole years, like I didn't go to my senior prom with. And so he graciously went to prom with me.
So nice.
And we had fun. It was fine. It was okay prom. And then a couple like weeks later, we had a concert that we were supposed to go to. So we went to the concert together. And then after that, we were done. Like, we ended things for 4 months and kind of like did our own thing, which was really great for both of us because we both got to like breathe and miss each other and realize what we were missing, I guess.
We between the 3 to 4 months of us being apart, there was
we graduated high school. That we weren't in each other's lives when we graduated high school.
Yeah, it was basically all summer.
Yeah,
like,
we graduated high school, and then the summer of our senior year we weren't together.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're apart for about 3 to 4 months, you know, kind of, obviously it wasn't a break, like we thought we were actually done.
Yeah, I thought I would never get back together with him ever again.
She was seeing other people, I was seeing other people. I had quite a few regrets of my decisions. But in the end, it worked out for the better because it made me realize how much I missed her. With like other people, you know, it was just like emptiness. Like I felt nothing.
Aww.
So.
How sweet.
Yeah. So like, I also hate being alone.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I feel like you don't. I feel like you love.
I mean, I like
to go to dinner by yourself. You like to watch movies by yourself.
Okay.
You are not.
Okay, sometimes I like being a loner and having privacy, but it doesn't mean I like being alone. I like having someone to share my love with, you. So, I obviously missed her very, very much. So for about, a whole month and a half. Because when we broke up, it was obviously a lot of my fault too. That kind of set the tone for our breakup. So I had to fight for her back, and I did so very hard.
And I didn't give it up easy, ladies.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
I was like,
There was a lot of tears involved.
From him, not from me.
But at the time, like, she was who I wanted, and I wanted to be with her. I wanted to be with nobody but her. So that's what happened.
You cry, you're so cute. Okay, so get to the story of how you got me back, or what happened.
Oh yeah, so she was obviously playing hard to get, and then finally she wouldn't give me for the longest time, she wouldn't give me the time of day. It was a lot of like adding and deleting each other back and forth on like Facebook until finally like we came to like, I don't know, because there was a couple times where we had worked where we didn't work at the same time.
Yeah, worked at the restaurant.
Yeah, we worked
so this whole time, guys, we were working at the same restaurant together. So let me just tell you this backstory real quick. I did horrible when we were not together. I was a loser. I never wanted to go to work. I like called out on like very horrible, like close Like I was supposed to be working and I was like, not coming. Like, I don't know how I didn't get fired, but I was not very good. He worked nonstop, he worked more, he worked like so much and he did great. Like me, I wasn't, no. I was interested in like being out, like hanging out with other people, partying, not like thinking about work. I worked occasionally, like I worked very little though. So we ended up like not being on the same schedule most times, and because he was a dishwasher then at the point. Like he was a busboy and a dishwasher, but mostly a dishwasher at that time. And so he was in the back. And so even if I was working, like I was mostly in the front as a hostess. So like we didn't really see each other that much, but obviously I would like roll silverware and stuff, so that would be back there. So then there was points that we did like come in contact with each other and we did see each other. But then when we started like kind of talking and figure things out and whatever, obviously I worked more and like was getting my life back on track.
Her and I had some pretty bad blood where we were just really mean to each other.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stand being mean to her because yeah, like it was my fault, and then she did things that made me very mad. Obviously, like how we broke up, like it wrecked her heart. And I still loved her very much, and I couldn't stand being like arguing with her anymore or like not being friendly with her. So I texted her hoping that she would text back, and she finally did. And then I apologized and was like, hey, you know, like let's try to be nice to each other and be friends at least or something. And she agreed. Like for the longest time, like, you know, like I had like a really old beat up truck that I bought, and I was super excited because I saved a whole bunch of money, and I was like super excited about it. I was like, oh, you know, like I'm buying a new truck finally. And she's like, oh, cool, you know, like, and then
because I knew how hard he'd worked for it and how much he would always look up trucks nonstop, so I knew how big of an accomplishment it was for him.
Yeah, so then I told her that I was getting a new truck, and she told me, she was like, hey, you should totally drive by, actually buy it and show me. You know, I was like, when she told me that, I was like, oh my God, that she wants to see me. So I was like, of course, you know. So as soon as I bought the truck, you know, I was like, see you later, Dad. Like, cause he was there because like it was my first time buying a truck on my own with my own credit and everything else like that. Like I literally worked my ass off. He was just there to help me help coach me, like without getting screwed over by the, you know, the salesman. And then, yeah, so as soon as I bought the truck, I was like, see you later, Dad. Drove straight to her house.
He was fine with it. Was he like, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't really care what he thought at the time. And like, I drove to her house, and she was waiting outside for me, and I was like, heart was pounding. I was like, oh my God, like, I got a new truck. She wants to see me. I think we didn't go back to immediately hanging out almost every day.
No, we did like our own thing. He worked out, he would work and then go to the gym. Like I would hang out with my friends, and like we did our own thing. Yeah,
so it was like a slow building thing, but then we started obviously hanging out more and more and talking more. And it was getting close to her birthday, and I asked her, I was like, what are you doing for your birthday? And she's like, I got nothing planned. I was like, well, let me take you out to dinner. And sure enough, she said, yeah.
Oh, we went to the melting pot.
Yeah, we went to the melting pot.
Yeah, and it was good. It was a very good dinner. And then after that, we went to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after that, we
went to Disney too. We went to Disney and Halloween Horror Nights.
We went to Disney for my birthday.
Yeah.
So we went to dinner for my birthday, and then the next that weekend.
And then I took her to Disney World.
Yeah, it was just us.
Yeah,
we went to Disney World.
We went to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, and we were like dating, basically dating. Then and then we went to Halloween Horror Nights, which was in October. And we we were on the point where it wasn't like we had to be with each other 24/7. Like I said, like he was working out or like going to the gym or working, and then come see me. Like I was at a Halloween party, and he came to the Halloween party, and.
But we were actually dating before that. I think it was more after her birthday, where I took her out to dinner, and I took her to Disney World, where I was like,
that's how to get him.
Yeah, and that's like when we started like dating again.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was still like, you know, like sassy towards me.
I'm still
even
sassy.
After we were dating. You know.
Yeah.
But I powered through it.
I had every right to be sassy.
So.
But yeah, that is like, and then you went to basic in January, And so we didn't get engaged or anything before because like I said, so in September and October.
You drove me to MEPS. You drove me to Miami MEPS.
Yeah, so September, October, November, December, January, he went to MEPS. So 4 months later, after we started getting back together, he went to MEPS to come for the military, like to MEPS to go to basic. Yeah. To go to basic. Yep. So that's why we didn't get engaged before, because like we had been dated before, like where we dated 2 years before but broke up for like 5 months, and then we were together for only like 4 months, and then he went to MEPS. So like we wanted to see how we both do long distance.
I graduated April 25th. It was 4. And then we got married on the 29th.
Yeah.
It was super weird too, because like we.
I feel like I didn't even know what marriage was.
Yeah. Like, I just knew I wanted to be with you. Like you're all I thought about.
I know, I know. In the letters, they were so sweet.
Yeah, so like we wrote each other a lot of letters.
Yeah, I wrote every single day.
I even talked about it. I was like, oh, I want to put a ring on that finger and everything.
That's all.
Like the typical private thing to do, you know, like.
But it was good though, because it wasn't just like we had met and then he left. It was like we had had history.
It wasn't like the actual typical private where they show up to their first duty station and go to a strip club and meet somebody and then marry that person that they first see. We were actually together. We had a foundation. We had a relationship and a past, and we both wanted to be together and loved each other. So I think it was the right decision, and I didn't want to move forward in my next chapter without her by my side. So I was like, I didn't give a shit what my parents said or whatever. But her parents were totally cool. You know?
My family is military, so they get it. They knew this was happening. My mom, my dad, they knew.
Yeah. I asked her dad, and I was like, do you mind if I marry your daughter? And he was like, oh, I love that, basically. I love her dad. He's awesome. So same with her mom.
So that is our story, and now we've been together, married for how long?
6 years.
And in a like we were, if you count dating, it'd be like almost 10 years.
Yeah, we've been dating almost 10 years.
So that is our story. Now we have 2 kids. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little like getting to know us better. Let me know down in the comments if you did enjoy this. And of course, we love having you here on my channel. So thank you for coming on my channel and saying such nice things about me.
Yeah.
Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I will have that link down below. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
See ya.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers?